Hello. Welcome to the newest edition of my art journal vlog. This is a monthly vlog that I'm always posting at the last Tuesday of the month if I can manage. I know that I'm kind of late this week, but bear with me and here we are. So this is what occupied my mind in March. So in the first week it was all about spring. So it was the first week of real spring here, and the cherry tree, which you can see here, is actually in our garden, and it blossomed the first week of March, which looks beautiful, gorgeous, and it just really makes you feel like there's spring in the air. We had nice temperatures here, not too hot, not too cold. So I thought it would be fun if I'd make a piece on the geeky side of the spring and have Mr. Darth Vader with his nice watering can watering a couple of beautiful flowers beneath our cherry tree. So I couldn't help myself, but I had to put something geeky in here because the normal piece about, well, if you leave him out, I think it's kind of boring. It's nice, but it's kind of boring. So with him in there with the little white dots on that red watering can, I just thought it would make it more fun and also be a color match to the butterfly. So that was the first week, and it was rather simple to produce this piece because it's really just acrylics, some permanent markers, and Copic markers on a cutout piece of paper. That's that. The second week I kind of forced myself to make this art journal page because I was not in the mood for something elaborate, but the sentiment, don't let your dreams float away, actually fits, because there were some things going on that were, well, not a throwback, but kind of like a stone in the way to what I want to do that week. So I had to remind myself that there are setbacks in every career and every adventure that you have, and that you cannot give up because of that, but you have to try even harder. So this week is just this fantasy flower with a couple of soap bubbles that represents the dreams, and if you're not careful, they float away and you missed your chance. So that's why all those tiny bubbles here get bigger, and you cannot have those big bubbles get out of the picture there. This piece also was just done with acrylics, a little bit of ink and Copic markers on some pieces of paper. So it's a rather simple one, and it's not my favorite, I have to add, but whenever I don't feel like it, I kind of force myself to do it anyway, just to have an outlet and to later remember what went on that week in my life, because with those quotes I always associate certain things that happen in my life, and I can remember it years later. So last week I made this page which says collect moments, not things, and those pictures here represent memories or moments that people had together and put on their wall to remember. So this down here is supposed to be like a wooden panel on the lower part of a wall in whatever room, and up here it's just the framed pictures. So very often I meet people that are very materialistic, and I can understand that to a certain degree, but what I can't understand is that people would find money or wealth more important as a goal in their life than memories, something that they experience, something that maybe broadens their mind, or just is something lovely to think at during those darker hours in our lives. So I had an encounter that week. That's why I made this piece, because I found it surprising and irritating at the same time, because I'm just not like that. So I wanted to put down this page because I'm kind of proud of myself, but it's weird to say that I'm not like that. I value moments and memories so much more than anything materialistic, and I do value certain materialistic stuff very, very much, or very highly, but memories and moments, and especially moments between human beings, are so much more valuable than any material on the world, on this planet. So that's what I did here. And I took those pictures here out of a catalog for jigsaw puzzles, because I just liked them, and I didn't want to use any of the photos I took during any of my holidays, because they would just be too big to put on those 2 pages. And I wanted to have like a wood panel down here, and not just have an empty wall with no border down here, and just have a couple of frames hanging there. So that's why I took those puzzle photos and just framed them and just put them in the upper level. This piece is also just made out of acrylic paints. Like I said, those catalog pictures and a couple of card stock that I had lying around, and I just painted it with it all down here. It's all ink and markers, permanent markers, and up here it's acrylics and ink and permanent markers. So this week, as you might have heard in my weekly vlog, Taco vlog, which is also available on this channel, I had some bad days, struggling with certain things or being upset about certain things, and by the end of the week everything got resolved. So I felt like the sun was coming up after a stormy and rainy period of time, and it reminded me, or I just remembered, that joy always comes after sorrow. And I thought it would be a perfect quote to put down this week and have a piece with it. So since the German translation of this quote is related to the weather, it says that the sun always comes after a rainy day. I thought it would be kind of sweet to have a comic-like sun, like this huge round figure here, to chase a stormy and grumpy storm cloud, which is like over here, and he tries not to be pushed into those nice, sweet, fluffy white clouds down here, but the sun is just relentless, and she will succeed in the end. So I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there are some newspaper pieces back here which I just overly painted blue, and they shimmer through here and there and have very serious like headlines looking through, which says something about the Iraq war and about this is a hearing about something that was big in 2010 in America. So these are pages of the 2010 Boston newspaper that I used on some other art stuff, which you can check out on my channel. It's the Make Way for Ducklings piece on my channel. So since these are very serious quotes back here too, and they are kind of like this rainy cloud here, I thought they would just fit perfectly. So I just glued the newspaper pieces down, painted them blue with a light blue and an indigo blue, cut out some nice clouds out of white cardstock, and just painted the cloud and the sun with Copic markers on some paper, and just put it down with a couple of, what are they called? Foam squares. That's what they're called. So there's tiny foam squares here, so that that there is a 3D effect on this page. So it's really just a very clean and very simple piece, but I kind of like it, and I find it funny that the sun is running through the clouds, chasing that gray guy here and just pushing everything away, so that everything in the sky is friendly and fluffy and nice again. So this was my art journal work for this month. Next week I'm gonna start a new piece, and I'm curious what it's gonna be. I never know what I'm doing that week, so there's just one time during a certain day in that week where I have an inspiration and I immediately put down a page for my art journal. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you next month. And until then, take care everybody, enjoy, have a beautiful April, and maybe you are inspired to do some art journal pages yourself. So take care, bye bye.